Hey grapplers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a classic BJJ debate. Is your Brazilian Jiu Jitsu lineage still important and still relevant today? In modern times, with the explosion of knowledge, online instructionals, and world-class competitors from every corner of the globe, does lineage still really matter? Let's talk about it. In my lineage, I can tap you with my mind. So why was lineage so important back in the day? First, a little history. Back in the early days of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, your lineage was everything. It traced who taught you and, more importantly, how you learned. In a world without YouTube or instructionals, the only way you can get legit knowledge was through direct transmission from master to student. Lineage helps separate true practitioners from people just making it up as they go in their basement. It also told the story of your school's philosophy. Are you more self-defense focused, sports-oriented, aggressive, technical, gi, no gi, baltudo? Your lineage used to explain a lot about your game. Why it's less important today? We live in a totally different world. Knowledge is everywhere. You could be a white belt studying leg locks from Craig Jones, passing drills from Lucas Lepre, and submissions from Gordon Ryan, all before you even step into a gym. Okay, so the information is everywhere. And I think one of the biggest factors as well is people move around. And it's not such a cultural shift to change gyms. When you move, you change gyms. Or you're not happy with the gym you're at, you move to another gym. It's very culturally acceptable nowadays. What matters now is how you train, how you learn, and who's helping you grow. Not just the signature on your belt. A strong coach, a healthy environment, and consistent mat time will get you a lot further than a fancy name on your certificate. Plenty of world champions today cross-train across multiple lineages. Technique is evolving so fast that sticking only to my lineage does it this way could actually hold you back and limit your knowledge. In my lineage, stretching is important. Why lineage still matters. Lineage still deserves recognition. It connects us to the roots of our art. It honors the people who dedicated their lives to building and spreading BJJ across the world. A great reference, I'll reference two books actually, both written by Drysdale. The first one's called Opening the Close Guards, The Origins of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And I actually read this one from beginning to end, and it essentially was his investigation and his notes and verbatim answers by masters all around Brazil and North America, all the old school guys. And really what he was trying to do was figure out, well, where did Jiu-Jitsu come from? A lot of us, or a lot of people, assume, oh, Helio Gracie, he's the main one. Well, he probably has the most lineages and schools associated with him, but there's such a beautiful, diverse group of people that have been teaching jiu-jitsu for a long time, and we can all kind of agree that Maeda was the originator and really pushing by bringing his form of judo into Brazil, and then his group of students really formed that into what we now call Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And of course, the Gracie family coined the term Gracie Jiu Jitsu, and eventually it was called Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So we have to give the family 100% credit. They really did a phenomenal job spreading the technique around the world and making it what it is today. But this book really opened my eyes to how many lineages there actually are. Then there's book 2, The Rise and Evolution of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And really, he took all those notes that he gathered and put it into a nice story format. I'm still reading this. I'm thrilled with it. It's so fascinating. It's eye opening. It kind of opened my eyes to my own lineage, and I learned quite a bit. And I'll tell you a bit about my lineage in a second. But it gave you a very true different perspective on our history in jiu-jitsu and the various lineages. So I highly recommend those books. I'm not getting paid or anything, so you should go off and read those. So even if lineage doesn't define your success today, it gives you context for your journey. It reminds us that we're part of something bigger, a living, evolving martial art. It's actually amazing. And as an older grappler, it it adds some flavor. Maybe the younger guys don't care what their lineage is; they just want to go out and fight. But for me, going through all my belts and spending a long time in jiu-jitsu, I felt that I was proud of my lineage. Yeah, I'm associated with a different lineage now with the club that I'm training at, but my roots are strong and I still communicate with that. So that said, let me talk a bit about my lineage. So I'm sharing a picture, a collage I put together at some point. I don't know. This was during COVID, and there was some stuff online. People were talking about lineage and belts and stuff like that. So I put together this picture of my journey. And again, older grappler, it's cool to do stuff like this. It collect the memories, so you have a one spot. But let's look at my lineage. So bottom right, you have me. Next to me is my instructor for I've been at it for 2 decades, but he was my direct instructor for over a decade. He still ranks me. He gave me my second Dan on my black belt. That's Omar Salvosa. He's one of the original black belts. I'm in Canada, Ontario, and he's one of the first black belts in Ontario back in the day. And he got his black belt from a gentleman called Marcus Soros, who's actually a red white belt. He's based out in Vancouver. I believe he's the highest ranked belt, BJJ belt in all of Canada. He definitely was when he came over here. My black belt certificate is actually signed by him. It's been an absolute pleasure knowing him and attending his seminars. Just a huge amount of knowledge. And yes, next I am from the Carlson Gracie Senior lineage, and again, we kind of take pride. I take pride in that lineage. He was kind of a trailblazer, and in Drysdale's book, it really opened my eyes to some of Carlson Gracie Sr.'s achievements. And then his father is credited with training Carlson Gracie. Now here's the interesting part, and again, I love Helio. I love the lineage. There's many folks under the lineage that I support and am a huge fan of. But Helio actually spent a lot of the time teaching Carlson when he was young, Carlson Gracie Sr., as Carlson, the father, was off at work and off doing things. And again, back to the Drysdale book, it opened my eyes. I didn't realize how much credit Helio should get in teaching his nephew, how much time he spent with teaching his nephew. And of course, the originator, the master himself, Mitsuya Maeda, and he's credited with really starting the art, bringing over Kano Judo, much more ground-based Judo, and he had a background of, he spent time with catch wrestlers, so ground game was really important to him, and his first set of students really, some of them are uncredited. I can't remember the names, but some of them are listed in the book. It is a team. It was a team that was forming, that was truly starting the art. So super proud. Like, look how young Look how young our art is. There's not that many lines, right? There's only four before me before the actual. I'm sorry, five before me, before the actual origination of our sport. So I recommend you guys have a look at your lineage. Enjoy it. It is what it is. Now, again, it's important to understand lineages have kind of cross mixed. You no longer is it the day that, oh, if you fight under this certain style or this lineage, you're going to do this style of guard and you're going to do these type of submissions. It really is a kind of cross-pollination and everyone's learning amongst each other. But again, it's fun to understand where your lines all came from. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you spend some time doing the same thing that I did with my collage, if you will. So to summarize, is lineage important? Yes, but differently than before. It's important to respect the tradition, recognizing where the art came from, but it's not a crutch. It won't roll for you. It won't make you better. Your work on the mats will. If you haven't read it yet, seriously check out the books that I talked about. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep the conversation rolling in the comments. What's your lineage and how does it matter to you? Let me know. Have a great day, guys.